one time. Let's get it, MP.
MP, you got that look in your eye tonight. You better watch out.
If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word "business" on the issue and seek location. A member of our guest relations team will respond and address your concern immediately. We're looking forward to the next home game, Bulls fans, because the first 10,000 of you will receive your own Bulls hoodie. The National Basketball Association and the Chicago Bulls are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, attempting to enter the court, or interrupt play.
Up next, the Bulls taking on the Celtics. For Chicago, they've won just 4 games out of their last 10, and they know they can do better. This team has talent, and they'll try to bring it all back together and get things on track with a win. Celtics, Bulls, tip-off coming up next.
I don't know what taste where you get out of that damn cage, but I couldn't feel like.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Jason Tatum.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
Looking at the starting 5 for Boston. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Then it's Derek White, then it's Clint Capella, and it's Smooth in at the point guard position. And for the Bulls, White and Levine pair up in the backcourt. Williams is out there with Christian Brown, and it's Smith in at the center position. Well, it's fair to say we can expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Here we go. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Outside, Williams. Here's Brown. Outside, Williams. White, the pass to Smith. Capella with the defensive effort. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the year.
Well, last year they swept the season series. There was a talent differential between the two teams. We'll see if that gap has narrowed.
Yeah, these teams were not on even ground last year, but no matter what it looks like on paper, we see teams make big turnarounds every season.
Here's Tyler, and his scoring average of 31.5 points a game is fantastic. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
The jump ball.
And so here is Chicago. Pass to Brown, tipped, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession and a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at the Cavaliers, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Seeing where the Celtics are, they've proven most people right. An outstanding team, a squad that's going to be very difficult to knock out.
Now here's Williams. His last outing, we saw him score 13. White finds Williams. Back to White. Clock at 6. From the stripe. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Gets the 3 to fall.
And that gets us rolling. Whew. What a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
Now here's White. 17 points in his last outing. From downtown, that shot off.
0 for 4 to start things off. Got a bit of a pillow fight brewing here, but they're going to get it going.
Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled into every crowd. Getting this one to fall hopefully gets things rolling. Their first make out of 5 shots.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. We discussed just how difficult Jason Tatum is to guard and what he wants his team to do against him. And coach told me he's a very talented and polished player. I told our guys to stay in front of him, don't fall for the pump fakes, play smart and under control. It's easier said than done, but we'll see if they're up to the task. Guys, back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Chicago shooting their first foul shots of the night.
Jalen Smith taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Bruce Ellis is checked in for Williams. Holiday's checked in for Boston. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. You look at his college days and his rookie year, Tatum has always been on a winning team, Richard.
VA, I think it starts with his approach. There's always been an air of professionalism when it comes to Tatum. He's just a young player that is focused only on winning.
Now here's Brown. 9 points for him in his last game. Here's Tyler. Offensive board. There's Tatum with the 3. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Tatum's got 6.
And I'm just impressed with their effort here early. They've hit the offensive glass so hard.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Pass to Buzelis. And there's a pick. Outside Levine. Launches a 3. Boston with a rebound.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Brown passes to Smooth. Now Tatum to the inside. Here's Tyler. Off target at the rim.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Pass to Levine. Takes the three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
How about the confidence that Levine has? Feels like he can take these shots whenever he wants.
To the paint. Here's Tyler. And he floats it in for the easy two. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Buzelis. Yet to see a basket. Inside, here's White, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Already 6 of their points coming off second chances. Pretty impressive.
And here's White, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there. The Bulls trail by 4. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he got the whistle on the... Way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on Drew Holiday. Chicago shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Buzelis. 2 shots.
The first one falls, and some changes here for the Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Walsh comes in for Tatum. And Karis LeVert is subbed in for Jaylen Brown. And so he makes both from the line. The Celtics with the lead. To the middle. Here's Tyler. And the shot. is good on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Three-pointer Kispert knocks down the triple.
Oh, my God.
Out of bounds. It'll be Bulls ball.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston, hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. We'll be right back with you shortly. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Celtics.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I've also really enjoyed watching them hit the boards, specifically the offensive glass and how they've capitalized on that hustle.
On the floor for Boston, we've got Kristaps Porzingis. Karis LeVert is out there with Drew Holiday, and it's Smooth in at the 1. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hi, guys. Well, Smooth in their last game against the Magic was a man on a mission. He picked up 18 points and drilled a few from outside the arc, helping open up the floor. That's the danger of letting him get into a groove. We'll see if it carries over into tonight, Brian.
Yeah, got it. We saw him play in attack mode the other day. We'll see if he can keep it up in this one.
You know, I think he can. A repeat performance should be no problem for him.
I don't know. After you put up numbers like that, I think the defense starts paying a little bit more attention to you, so it might be difficult.
Richard, you evolved as a shooter over the course of your career. Talk about developing shooting in the NBA game.
Well, it dictates what kind of offense you can run. You don't need a bunch of good shooters, but if you've only got 1 or 2, your interior play better be strong.
Now here's Morris, still without a bucket. Kispert outside. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Walsh.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Here's Tyler. And the Celtics another 3.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
The Bulls trail by 10. Williams, a screen on Holiday. Pass to Williams. To the left side wing. Dosunmu outside. Shot to stop the run. Connects from downtown. Dosunmu's got 5.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
Morris passes to Williams. Dosunmu with it. Kispert outside. 5 on the clock. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Morris. Oh, and he nails it from the high post. Morris has got his first bucket in this one.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
A line change here for Chicago. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Outside Tatum. To the inside. Kick out to Brown. Pass to White. Here's Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Launches it. Brown grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Now White. Soft touch off the glass. Now just a 5-point Boston lead.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
side Tatum. Pass to Smooth. Outside Brown. Here's Tyler. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Tyler's got 23.
He is lighting them up from range this period. This team has made a concerted effort to get him shots.
On the wing, Levine lets it go from deep. That one misses. He's 1 for 3.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Here's Tyler. No good on the triple. The Bulls trail by 8. Here's Brown. He's scoreless. Levine surveys the D. He shoots. Boston pulls it in. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
I really didn't see much of an edge from them. A little more intensity could have gone a long way.
Yeah, you hate to be critical, but that's part of our job. You have to call it the way we see it. That night, they were flat.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. White, good.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Left side Tatum. Here's Tyler. Outside White. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And so it's the Boston Celtics closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. Back to the game after this break.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shots. Let's hear it for the participants.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down the rims at the dunk contest this year. Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm pretty worn out.
Yeah, you've been burning those midnight oils, man. You been hitting the clubs or something?
Nah, just putting up with you guys. It's exhausting.
Now we'll take a look back at our featured game. That was quite a performance for the Boston Celtics.
Gotta appreciate the way they're moving the ball. The offense is flowing like my rap game. When you bring the right beat, you know my name.
You know what? It is a debate. Were you a better rapper or you're a better DJ as you are today?
No, that's me, Kenny. DJ EJ. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
That's still awake.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway.
That's the average, Kyle. He's a Jimmy fucking Neutron.
White and Levine pair up in the backcourt. Patrick Williams out there with Jalen Smith. That is Brown in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Tatum passes to Smooth. 6 to shoot. The kick out to White. Shoots over White. White can't hit. Bulls trail by 11. And you look at Derek White, Richard. The energy he plays with, it is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having a high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down.
Levine, good.
Zach LaVine just lets the game come so naturally. His ability to catch and shoot is one of the quickest.
Wide awake.
On the wing, Tatum. Pass to Smooth. And he gets it to go again. He's connected on 10 of 15 now.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
LaVine against White. And LaVine, here we go. And the layup is good off the glass. LaVine's got 5 points now in the quarter. Boston leading by 8. Pass to Tatum. Here's Tyler. He's guarded by White. To the paint. Here's Capella. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
And inside, Capella knows how to throw his weight around, getting physical to get past the contact.
White, the pass to Smith. Outside LaVine. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Smith with a screen on White. Shot by LaVine, no good.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
That baby was hungry.
Pass to Smooth. Jacks up a 3. Fires in the triple.
That baby was hungry. He bit that.
Tyler's got 28 points for the game.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Could have fooled us.
And check out the NBA's top 3-point shooters over the course of the past month. Number 1, Jason Tatum.
Sometimes you get into a rhythm from long range, and you can ride that stretch for a while.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Pass to LaVine. Smith with a screen on White. LaVine, who drains the 19-footer. LaVine's got 10.
His shot has been on point from the opening tips. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
Here's Tyler. That one falls. And the Celtics lead by 13.
He's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
White, the pass to Brown. Back to White. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Among the best in the NBA for a few years now, Jason Tatum. RJ, he's still quite young. How can he get even better?
Oh, he can just get wiser and wiser, and that's what happens with young players. They get to a physical level where they can dominate, but where they get better is mentally. They get mentally stronger as they get into these experiences more.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, in today's high-scoring NBA, every position has to be a threat. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, "We're getting away from the point guards who are just floor generals. It's passing and scoring that you're starting to see, and your level of scoring allows you to be a better playmaker. Teams have to respect that."
No doubt, Allie. Thank you. First one falls for him.
Now look, from the moment he stepped into this league, Jason Tatum has been a difference maker. Every team in the league is looking for guys like him. Long, athletic, and most importantly, winners.
Holiday's checked in for Boston.
Win, no matter what.
And so Tatum nails both of them. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Pass to Jenkins. Now here's Kispert. That one doesn't drop. Brown with some nice D.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Here's Tyler from deep. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound. Pass to White. The 3-ball. Boston pulls it in. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. Here's Brown. Buzelis grabs the board.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
White on the wing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Morris, he's checked in for Chicago.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
There's 25 seconds left in the third. 3 on the clock. Jenkins misses. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points.
And that's when they say you can't teach tall. This is where size helps you. Owning those rebounds on the defensive end.
Here's Kispert. And so it's Boston liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. We'll be back in a moment. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Ooh, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then there's Drew Holiday. And it's Hauser in at the 4. Pass to Buzelis. Drills it from deep.
And far from the best shot, but all that matters is the end result. Somehow he sinks it.
Outside, Brown. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
A wing who wants to pound it down low. Brown earns a trip to the line.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of your young guys.
And we've watched Brown blossom into a talented scorer, someone who's capable of shouldering that entire offensive load.
Pritchard's checked in for Holiday. He's off on the second. Making a switch here.
You got this, MP.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Tatum passes to Smooth. Outside White. Pass to Smooth. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. And there's White. That's good on the assist by Smith.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Here's Tatum. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Over the years, Tatum has limited the amount of mid-range jumpers that he takes, but it is still a natural part of his game.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. White can't hit. Boston leading by 10. Pass to Smooth. Three-pointer. Gets the three ball to go. Tyler's got 5 points now this quarter.
Good stuff from Brown, providing the assist. He's made giant strides in his passing game.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Right side White. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
One shot.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. Brown finds White. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Tyler's got 39. Bulls trail by 12. White looking it over. And there's the drive. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G slam cam. Here's Tyler. He got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by White. There's a minute 40 left to play in the fourth. Pass to Smooth.
That's that old nigga sitting into him.
Back to Tatum. 4 on the clock. Takes a three. JT for three.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
Here's White. The putback. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Tyler on the take. And the shot goes in. Tyler's got 41.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Celtics.
They were the more accurate club. And in the end, that made the difference, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And they notch another win, number 34 of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And what a huge performance it was for Smooth.
A quality offensive outing.
So
when you
hard
get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Get that nigga walk, boy.
Big group substitution here for Boston. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Hauser comes in for Tatum. LeVert's checked in for Brown. And Pritchard is subbed in for White.
Ritual to the highest degree.
Pass to Jenkins. Back to Morris. Here's Jenkins. Here's Jenkins, defended by Porzingis. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
Down low. To the wing on the left. Here's Tyler. And again, Boston with the triple.
This is what winning.
Ooh. 8 of 15.
Is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Morris passes to Kispert.
Yeah, Chase run, man. He's a good boy stand.
To the paint to stop the run, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambled. No debate there. He got hammered.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Boston, Tyler. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both shots. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
ain't getting no business fans when I show out like that. "46 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. They ain't give me them 2 steals.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow.
Good game, MP.
Another day, another win. Good work. Drink plenty of fluids. Win the swamp tonight.
Hey, should we pick up something for dinner?
Oh, but we got food already at home.
Yeah, but those leftovers are old.
I left them yesterday.
Yeah, about 40% career, no volume.
Nice. Send me the names.
Hottest team in the land coming through.
National Basketball Association and
Good Sherlock.
And out here getting loose, guys going through some drills. We're almost at game time, folks. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. To take a look at the Celtics. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in the #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out Orlando, just way behind.
And when you look at Boston, they've come through for their fans this season. All the optimism surrounding them, all the high hopes, all proved to be legit.
Well, how about the momentum they have built to get off to this fantastic start? All positive vibes right now for this group.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. White is out there with Smooth. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Orlando, Wagner and
So now when these
are the
drinks
forwards.
$20 fee, damn
Jalen
near
Suggs is out
$20
there
fee.
with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Isaac in at the 5, roaming the paint. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess
Well, so much shit going on at work today.
match.
And we all know what it means to MP and this team to play well on the road, to win those close road games. MP's been quite vocal, in fact, about rising up in the face of big obstacles this season.
And what I like about MP, he's willing to put his reputation on the line to make something happen. He's not just sitting back waiting for things to develop. That would certainly be the easier route. Instead, he's put a stake in the ground, and that ground is away from home.
Time now to head over to David Aldridge for some information about MP.
Hey guys, these games have been a point of emphasis for MP and his team this season. I asked him about playing on the road. MP told me it's all about toughness and grit. We're going to play hard no matter where we are. Kevin?
And they are a gritty bunch. David, thank you. And that one is good from Suggs.
And this is a guy who is really comfortable with the ball in his hands. Suggs so dangerous in the pick and roll.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doors, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen. That shows you the combination of size, strength from Franz Wagner. Like, seriously, well done right there.
The Magic shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Here's Tyler. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Tatum finds Brown. Off target from outside. Orlando, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Alexander-Walker. Now Suggs. No good on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Tyler, defended by Alexander-Walker. The 3 from Tatum. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
What a weapon the 3 has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
Suggs passes to Wagner. Here's Alexander-Walker. Suggs with the ball. 33 points last game.
Yeah, this is a guy putting his physical gifts to work. Jalen Suggs, no doubt on the dunk.
Here's Brown. And it's Wagner with the rebound. So the Magic, their last game, a win against Milwaukee. Now Suggs. He has 5. Banchero right side. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
And here's Wagner following the 3 from Tyler.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
And we got a hot story coming out of Brooklyn. And who else but Shams Charania with all the news. All right, Shams, what's going on with the Nets?
Hey, Kevin, they've talked about needing to toughen up their perimeter defense, and they did that and more by going out and making a deal for OG Anunoby. Many of his peers consider Anunoby the best perimeter defender in the league, and he will completely reshape this team's defense. The price wasn't cheap, but it was one they'll happily pay.
Thanks so much for the report, Shams. First free throw is good. You know, Doris, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. Celtics leading by 12. Banchero is out there with Caffey. Then it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's Anthony. And it's Black in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Smooth in the last game against Chicago was sensational. He scored 46 points. And as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. The level he played at in that one was incredible. Now, he always wants to play his best against their rivals, and to say the least, mission accomplished. Guys?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
Porzingis is doubled. Stolen by Caldwell-Pope. Here's Banchero. Boston grabs the miss. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And they lost the last matchup with this club, and it was really the reserves where the gap in play was felt.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
A fadeaway. That one drops for him.
Good to see that Banchero has options. If you can't penetrate, your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
Holiday finds LeVert. The Celtics working the ball around now. Tyler passes to Holiday. 6 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Well, we know that Kristaps Porzingis can shoot the rock. He's a sweet shooting big, but you love to see him use his size in the paint.
Back the pass to Anthony. To the wing right side. And there's Banchero on the assist by Anthony. Banchero's got 4 points this quarter.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Derek White's checked in for Karis LeVert.
Celtic substitution. Number 9.
Here's Tyler. No good on the quick 3. The Magic trail by 12. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Caffey. Down low. Here's Banchero. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Banchero's got 6.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. Well, with his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Tyler passes to Hauser, where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting. Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Banchero rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Took him no time at all on that one. 8 points for him.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Substitution on the board.
Here's Tyler. He carries a very heavy load for him offensively, averaging nearly 32 points a game. And it's sent back by Isaac.
Isaac using every bit of that 6'10 frame to send it back.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Celtics making a switch here. Capella's checked in. 55 seconds left now here in the second. Tyler dishes to Tatum. Pass to Tyler. Brown kicks to Tyler. Back to Brown. Craps in the tray. Brown's got his second basket.
Now, Jaylen Brown gets his feet set in the catch and shoot and just drills it.
Here's Black. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on White. For Orlando, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
At the line for 2. Black.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Tyler passes to Brown. From outside the arc, and White, the bucket on the assist by Brown. White's got the lead up to 14 now for Boston. Tatum against Wagner. Isaac a screen on White. Black, no good.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
And the first half is now in the books. Celtics lead by 14. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
And please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring on the shot. So close. Give it up for the participant.
Howdy, folks. I know you've all been clamoring to find out how the Rookie of the Year race is looking, and we are not letting you down.
These first-year guys, very impressive so far. Now it is, who can sustain this level of play?
And the key is to follow your routine. Strength, conditioning, I'm not going to say diet because I'm not on the diet, but all the things you weren't thinking about when you were in school.
And switching gears now to that first half. What a difficult start for the Orlando Magic.
They don't want it enough. They're getting bodied up on the boards and doing nothing about it.
Yeah, they get bodied up on the scoreboard as well, Shaq. It may not be their only issue, but it's a big problem.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Celtics leading by 14. On the court right now for the Celtics. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Smooth out there with White. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. Here's White. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here's Isaac. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
How about the agility of Jalen Suggs to navigate the painted area and finish? Pretty nice stuff right there.
Tatum passes to Tatum. The Celtics have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. And the first one at the line is good.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Tyler.
An efficient night. From the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic Superstar says it's like anything in life. It's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Cliche, Kevin. Just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. EA thanks. It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Wagner against White. Another miss by Orlando.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
The Magic trail by 19. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To stop the run, it's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero. And the Magic making a change here. Black's checked in. On defense, Orlando. Here's White. The kick out to Brown. Here's Tyler. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, this is where you see Jaylen Brown has evolved as a playmaker for his teammates. That's a pretty pass.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. show you the teams that have shot the lights out during the last month. Number 1, the Celtics.
Well, offensively, people are moving without the ball, making the extra pass, and that's led to a high shooting percentage for them, really, over the last month.
Well, we're into the... Third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Suggs kicks to Black. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Banchero. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Up top, Tatum. He's got 15. Here's Tyler. He's covered by Suggs. Here's Tatum. That's him. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. The Magic have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Isaac finds Banchero. Wagner wide open. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Tatum, that's good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
You know, many see Brown as a scorer, but Doris, he's put more of an emphasis on his defense in recent seasons.
You're exactly right, Kevin. He's taken tremendous pride in asking his coaches to put him on the best offensive player. When he's the point of attack defensively, look out. He can give a lot of headaches to ball handlers.
Anthony on the wing. He takes it in, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Boy, that has to be a relief. Ending a 14-0 run by Boston.
Boston's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. The 3 from Tatum. Black grabs the board. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Caffey. There's Wagner with the 3. Rebound by Drew Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. And that's 13 points for Smooth.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Wagner outside. 6 to shoot. There's the triple. Drills the three-pointer. Wagner's got 10.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And so it's Boston, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be back with you shortly.
I know I had no fight.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Refs should be fined for missed calls, especially with the game on the line. What do you think?
Kevin, I couldn't disagree more. First and foremost, the level of accountability for NBA officials is unprecedented. And keep in mind, there is discipline for high-profile mistakes and mistakes of all kinds. Every single game, every single call is evaluated, and you see their progression in terms of, yes, they'll officiate in the playoffs, or no, they won't. We are right where we need to be.
Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Jalen Suggs. And it's Isaac in at the 5. That's who's out there for Orlando.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Alexander-Walker. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Jalen Suggs has proven early, if you're open, he's going to find you. Pretty pass.
1:56 left in the fourth. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're ahead by 21. And when you look at Alexander Walker, Doris, so consistent from year to year.
This is a young man who knows his role, finds ways to help the team within the context of what the Stars are doing. And those are exactly the kind of role players you need in order to have a quality basketball team.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Tillman, he's checked in for the Celtics.
Substitution on the court.
1:52 left to play in the final quarter. The Magic trail by 21. Caldwell Pope pass to Howard. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Tyler. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Black, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout. A dominating performance for Boston.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jason Tatum.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Anthony finds Howard. Caldwell Pope with it, shoots. Porzingis with the rebound. Boston dictating the flow. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Substitution on the court.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Suggs looking around. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Okay, then. That's how we stand on business.
Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say. Time to warm up. Get ready to rock.